My team is about to face one of Minecraft's largest end fights, and after my journey to master PvP on the Nintendo Switch, I wanted to win my first end fight. But this wouldn't be an easy task. I would first have to overcome many different challenges on the SMP. And it all starts now. Okay, let me pause here for a sec. My audience retention is probably gonna go down a lot during the middle section of this video, so please stick till the end and don't forget to subscribe. Thank you. When I first logged on to the SMP, I knew that I needed gear, so I started grabbing some basic tools until it turned nighttime. And with basically nothing in my inventory to protect me, of course I was just gonna die and lose all my stuff. Yes, hello, how are you doing? I'm not crashing out, you're crashing out. But yeah, after nearly getting my wood stolen, I went back to gearing up, eventually finding a good cave for iron, so that I'd be able to smelt it and make myself some good armor to survive a little bit better. And I feel like it's a good thing that I had some gear now, because that's when I saw a name tag in the distance. And I definitely didn't want to get killed. But in reality, it seemed that I had nothing to worry about, since the person who I was so scared of was one of my former teammates who was actually wearing no armor. Now he could honestly probably beat me up with his fist, but you know, he didn't do that, so that's good. Am I stupid? I just crafted a second set of... I'm so dumb. After going back up to the surface, I noticed that someone had already crafted the first maze. How they did this in just 3 Minecraft days, I have absolutely no clue. But good for them, I guess. After finding a nearby village, I trapped some villagers in a boat with a few mishaps, eventually bringing them to another location where I could make a base. Right now it was just a hole in the ground, but I was planning on making it look nicer afterwards, digging it all the way down to deep slate level, unfortunately realizing players would probably still see my name tag, but also adding other essentials like storage and beds for the villagers. Then I got a little bit sidetracked going caving, but it was worth it since I found so many diamonds. And after using 5 of those diamonds to make a diamond helmet and then putting it on, I realized that from now on I should worship this diamond helmet, because literally like 14 seconds after putting it on, it saved me from death on just half a heart. However, this isn't a hardcore world, so instead of worrying about that, I started enchanting all my tools with some decent enchants. Not to win battles, but just to at least survive a bit better if I come across another player. Unfortunately, after realizing that one of my villagers had died, probably to drowning, I just decided to scrap my entire base. But on the bright side, I have a sharpness 3 sword now, and an impaling 2 book. Also a protection 2 chestplate, I guess. I'll admit, it wasn't very fun being a solo player. It was pretty lonely. But what else was I really supposed to do? Nobody else wanted me because I wasn't a trustworthy teammate. I mean, just look at this. Hoo offered for me to be a part of the team until he told me I was too untrustworthy. Okay, I'll admit, maybe I don't have the brightest past, but I'm still a pretty innocent player, right? I mean, having a bounty that increases by $50 still makes me innocent, right? Since the server seed had been leaked, maybe this was cheating, but I decided to use chunk base to find all the buried treasures nearby in order to get diamonds extremely quickly. And honestly, this strategy was working pretty well. I was able to get full diamond armor from just a few buried treasures. Another thing chunk base was useful for though was finding trial chambers, which would be able to give me so much more loot than just buried treasure. Like finding ender pearls in barrels, getting more levels to enchant my gear, even obtaining extremely overpowered items like enchanted golden apples. Unfortunately, trial chambers are still pretty annoying when you get about 100 different entities in the same room and then your frame rate starts to drop immensely, which is what happened to me until it eventually killed me and I lost my sharpness 3 sword. Don't ask me where it went, it just disappeared. That one right there in my inventory is a sharpness 1 sword. After such a terrible trip to the trial chambers, I decided to betray one of my allies because, you know, why not? I mean, at least it would heighten my bounty. I'll admit it wasn't very skilled since he had no armor, and I definitely felt pretty evil. So if you guys are OGs, you're probably getting life or death SMP flashbacks. Also, I have this really bad habit of almost dying, so hopefully that situation wouldn't repeat itself. Since it was already day 105 though, and I didn't really log on as much since I have a life, by the way, I knew I needed to get some more gear. So when I found another fortress, this seemed like the perfect opportunity to gear up a bit better. And after grinding out enough blaze rods and harvesting the nether wart, I decided to head back to the overworld. Also, after going over to another trial chamber with one of my allies, something rather unfortunate happened, since the server has a plugin where when you hit another player, you can't log off for another 60 seconds, or else it'll slash kill you. And my ally punched me by accident, and then there was a server restart which slash killed me and deleted all my items on the ground before I even logged back on. So that's fun. I had to sit in that trial chamber whacking baby zombies with a stone axe, infinitely dying because for some reason I didn't feel like breaking my bed. At least now I finally had an actual team to join though, since I warped over to their base with a singular dirt block. I'm sure they were happy that I brought that to their base. And to substitute the gear that I had lost, they gave me decent armor until Gator decided to TP over to the base to give all of my gear back, which at first didn't seem like a problem until later on it would be. I decided to use the Armadillo XP farm to get enough levels to enchant more of my gear, and it was working surprisingly well. I mean, look how many levels I gained from that. Also, real quick, can someone explain to me why I was drinking a fire res potion? I was having fun in the new base, and one of our teammates decided to punch the armadillo around like a soccer ball, which totally didn't go wrong. This is why we have sulfur cubes, bro. Also, let's just say speed is my specialty, and I have a spear now. Then I got some gold, and then we went into the trial chambers. Okay, somehow it took me over 7 minutes just to get to the actual interesting part. So basically now I was supposed to go jump power, since he offered to do a trade with me, and let's just say I wanted to pre-gap fully before actually going in, just in case he was actually gonna jump me. Although the trade was successful, power instantly stasised away, so I wasn't even able to jump him. My team and I tried to convince him to come back, but it might have been a little bit sus that they logged on instantly screaming in chat, "Where is he?" Wow. Could this day get any better? Okay, at least I got it to light back up. Then I trimmed a bit of my armor and decided to kill Svenny. Why did I do this when he had no armor on? Because I felt like it again, I guess. Was it evil? If you're an OG Life or Death SMP viewer, then you can probably guess the answer. Also, apparently while I was offline, my team did certain renovations. Wow, those are some nice renovations. And after getting 3 wither skulls in just one trip to the nether, I thought it would probably be a good idea to save them in my chest for later on. Also, one of my teammates got jumped by a player named Dryerwave. Luckily, they were alive, and we thought that it would probably be a good idea to try and get payback. So we potted up to find Dryerwave and kill him. I don't have the footage of killing him, but basically we found his log off spot and just camped it until he died. But then something strange happened. Another player named Svenny was in our base, but by the time I rushed over to help my teammates kill him, they already managed to deal with it. Also, remind me to never have fun riptiding up and down the water elevator. I'll probably end up killing a parrot. Nah, you got that, bro. That was you, right? Right. And then, believe it or not, Lucky gave me apples. But there's actually a good reason for why I need so many golden apples. We're about to take one of the largest end fights we've ever taken. And long story short, we also allied with Concept's team, but that'll be explained in another video. As we waited for our other teammates, we realized how close the end fight actually was to happening. We had 2 minutes left to prepare for one of the largest fights on our server. 30 seconds? Yo, this is genuinely one of the most insane shots I've ever seen. Now, I hope you guys enjoy the end fight. You killed one? Nice! I'll get a few good hits on the dragon in the meantime. The dragon had been killed, but that's when we realized there were players waiting at height limit for the dragon egg the entire time, and unfortunately, we were unable to stop them from escaping. But that didn't mean the fight was over just yet. I can't lie, the Endermen are a larger threat than the players right now. This lag makes it unplayable, what? Oh my gosh, good stuff! Eventually, we realized that the end fight was practically over. There were only a few random full invis players left who we claimed the bounties of. And then we would head to the Outer End Islands in search of Elytras. There was only one problem though. Concept had fallen into the void, and I tried to save him with my water bucket as he logged off, but as I was gathering some building blocks to help, I fell in the void as well. I'm so stupid. I tried to use the team teleportation command to save myself, but by the time I had logged on, it was already too late. Luckily, XP had a spare set of armor that I traded out for my old one, and then he told me to keep an eye out for other players while he took a little break. And you know what I said to that? What are the odds that we get jumped, honestly? Oh, and trust me, we got jumped. Little screeny. Yo, what the? That was my only totem, and any normal person would probably turn around and retreat right about now. I mean, I'd probably escaped by now, but I'm no ordinary person. So, I splashed an invis potion and headed back over to resume the fight. But once again, I realized I had no totem, and it would be way too risky to take a fight like this. So, I made my full escape with the Riptide Trident. Even though I had escaped, little did I know, this wouldn't be the last time that our team would get hunted. This was only the beginning.